You see the impressive mark for the Panther. And the arrival of Phillippi, Derry, Pennsylvania, Derry High School. He's a three-time NCAA qualifier. Was an All-American 2 years ago, a National Wrestling Coaches All-American. He made the round of 12 in 2019. Korbin Myers, 16-1. Another top seed for Virginia Tech. Coming off his first All-American performance last year, placing fourth at the NCAAs, made it all the way into the semifinals before losing to Roman Bravo Young. 7 years of wrestling when you look at the experience of Myers. Both these guys have been around a while.
And when you talk about knowing each other, they've known each other since way back in high school. So they probably wrestled each other over the past 10 years. One of the things that the Pitt coaching staff wants is to make sure that Micky Phillippi likes to open up himself early. Oh, nice. Nothing yet. He's trying to trip, so he's trying to find it. So it's going to take some patience right here from Korbin Myers. But Micky Phillippi is going to have a strong grip trying to fight hands. Good balance. That's the takedown, the first takedown. And that's usually the difference in the match is one takedown. Usually the difference when these two is just one takedown, and Korbin Myers was the one to get the first takedown. Korbin Myers had 2 EWL championships. Last year had an ACC championship. Could be a 4-time conference champion if he wins today.
Yeah, last year was a season of firsts for the seasoned veteran. I mean, you talk about a guy who has had so much success. He won his first ACC title, and he became an All-American for the first time. 4-time NCAA qualifier. Rematch of last year's ACC title, and right now Myers with a 2-0 lead. Phillippi continues to bounce up to his feet, and every time Myers has been able to bring him back down. Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Boiling Springs started his career at Edinburgh. When you look at the career of Korbin Myers, one of the more entertaining wrestlers to watch. This guy has scored points, and he's scored even more frequently since he arrived in Blacksburg. 2-time EWL champ. His All-American finish last year. They say one day this guy is going to be a coach. Talk to all the Virginia Tech staff, and they expect him to be a coach one day.
And a good coach.
Love for him to stick around Blacksburg and help out as well. See where the future takes Korbin Myers.
Many times good coaches have gone through adversity so they can empathize with their wrestlers when they're going through some tough times, but they also want to have success, to know how to overcome. So he's been injured, he's overcome. He's an All-American.
Right now he's trying to overcome the 2-on-1 by Phillippi, and he's able to joust his arm free.
So Micky Phillippi has a good sweep single to his opponent's right leg. Still holding on tight. Nothing really happening. As we said before, these guys have wrestled all the way back in high school. And as you mentioned, Korbin Myers in his 7th year of competitive wrestling on the college level.
Myers with the only takedown, Phillippi with the escape, and after 3 minutes, a 2-1 lead for Korbin Myers. I thought it was interesting when you visited Blacksburg during the off season. Myers told you he was maybe the most nervous in his career right before the quarters, just because he knew what was on the line. He had never earned an All-American status, and he was able to pick up a huge win in the quarterfinals to guarantee a top 8 finish in St. Louis.
But he also looked at his semifinal loss and said that he respected RBY too much. And what Corbin Myers does, it kind of floats with his ride. Oftentimes you see guys putting pressure forward, and that's oftentimes the right thing to do. But what Myers does, he floats. He gets from one side to the other side and just kind of throws his opponent off. Lacing the ankle. Doing enough. Just moving, being light on his feet. And he gets from one side to the other.
We have seen Phillippi get up. He just can't get away. Myers near the edge. Not a lot of real estate. Will try to drag him back in. Phillippi still ripping and pawing at the grip, trying to clear. Count is on near the edge. Myers improves his position, working his way up the body. Stall call will be called, though, on Corbin Myers near the edge. Phillippi trying to swivel around. He'll get the escape.
A lot of riding time. And Mickey's oftentimes his best position is on the mat, but it looks like he's going to have to try to take control of this match on his feet.
Phillippi, confidence is not a weakness for him. He has had success against some of the best across the country in this weight. In fact, he has wrestled every All-American this year at 133. Not this year, but in his career. He's beaten all of them with the exception of DeSanto and RBY.
And that's why he has the confidence. He knows he can compete with any of these guys on any given day. It just hasn't happened during the NCAAs. What's interesting is that he wrestled his coach in his corner, Luke Pletcher, in the NCAAs.
We go to the third period, tied at 2. A mountain's worth of riding time for Myers. So let's see if Phillippi tries to cut into that. Real explosive start off the whistle by Myers underneath. Phillippi elevates and returns him right back down.
A little presumptuous, but if Micky Phillippi rides Corbin Myers out this whole period, we're going in overtime. And Micky Phillippi is good on top. But it's a tall task because Myers likes to stand up quickly.
Yeah, Myers so good anticipating the whistle. You'll see him quite frequently get tagged for 1 or 2 cautions just because he's trying to time it so tightly. And here comes a challenge from Virginia Tech in the corner from head coach Tony Roby.
Looking for locking hands, but there's got to be a question of locking hands, but was there reaction time? There's no reaction time on locking hands on the mat. But it started off with Corbin Myers was on his feet, and then it came to, nothing there, so they're on their feet. So when he brings them down, there will be reaction time. So he kind of just kneeled and started to fight there. We can't see if the hands were locked, but you will have reaction time because you went from your feet to the mat. So here, yeah, I can't really see if there was locking hands, but they're the independent reviewer to see angles that we necessarily cannot see. So Coach Roby threw out the brick. You can't take bricks home. So it feels like, hey, this is worth challenging. And last time they wrestled, the match was decided by a penalty point. Could this be another penalty point with these guys? So here it is. What's the call? After further review, there was no locking hands. After further review, no locking hands. Micky Phillippi still in control, still trying to eat away at this riding time. And Micky Phillippi's trying to get that leg in. And of course, Myers knows that it's in, so he's blocking. He's blocking and blocking and blocking and blocking and got out. And he has a riding time advantage, so Micky Phillippi has to go after him and try and get to his single.
And Micky Phillippi has talked about this. He understands he needs to be more aggressive and neutral. He felt the narrative of him not scoring, keeping it close in matches was accurate in the past, but not so much now this year. The new version of Phillippi, and he's going to have to unleash some offense in the final minute. 3-2 Myers plus riding time, so Phillippi needs 2 just to try to start thinking maybe a sudden victory and force an overtime.
And it's going to be hard against Korbin Myers because he darts. He's in and out, moves his feet, lowers level, kind of keeps his opponents off balance. And so Micky Phillippi, look at that. Mickey's on his heels, even on the fake shots. Korbin Myers isn't even committed. He's just acting like he's going to shoot, which keeps Micky Phillippi off of him. We're under 30 seconds here.
Phillippi is really going to have to open up now, take some chances. 20 seconds and counting in this third period. Myers looking to come out on top for the second straight year in the ACC. Will he be a 4-time conference champion spanning over the 2 conferences that he's competed in? A couple of push-offs from Myers. Phillippi, nothing to be found. And Korbin Myers has done it again.
Very excited, Korbin Myers, 4-time conference champion. He gets the takedown. That was the difference maker right here. Tries to trip right here, and then he just reaches across to get the ankle. The takedown was the difference in the match. And then he had a nice, solid ride. He got some riding time and just did enough. These are the type of matches you need to win at the end.